Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make this beautiful bucket hat. I call it the flower bucket hat because the flowers are the highlight of this design. They're multicolored, but you can decide whether to have the same exact type of flower around the hat. You can decide to just have one flower if you don't want anything dramatic. You can decide to play around with colors just as I did in order to create a dramatic look if you're a very colorful person. So this project is a quick one, and I'll be starting off with a hat, and later on I'll be teaching you how to make this flower and also showing you how to attach the flower onto the hat that we just made. So if you would like the written pattern, it's already available on all my online shops, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Make sure if you do, you don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. And if you would like to order for one of these, you can go on my website and tap on the message icon on the right side of the page, and you'll be able to chat with me on WhatsApp directly. Thank you. Alright guys, in these images you can see my client rocking this bucket hat in blue, and I feel like it just brought out the vibe. The theme of the multicolor worked very well for her. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and let me know if you're going to try this project out. So let's jump right into the materials. Alright, so for demonstration purposes, I used this yarn, and it is Seagull. It's a light fingering weight yarn, and I used a double strand, and I used approximately 3 balls. 3 balls should just be enough to cover you, and each ball is 300 yards and 50 grams. And yeah, I'll be leaving all the details in the description box below. And the other thing that you'll need is other colors that match this one. For example, I went with white to create the petals of my flower, so you can go ahead and use different colors in order to bounce off the background color. So have your scrap yarn around. This project is perfect for scrap yarn. And we also used a 3.5mm crochet hook. You also need a darning needle. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need a measuring tape. And I think that's basically it. So have your main color and then have scrap yarn around. Those colors that really accelerate the beauty of the brown color, of the background color. And let's get started. Alright guys, we're going to start off with a magic ring. You're going to hold your yarn like this, twist it over your 2 fingers, insert your hook into the twist that you've just created, pull up a loop just like this, and then hold and make a chain. This chain doesn't count as anything, just to fasten off the magic ring. So you can see the magic ring is now adjustable. So just leave a little loop like this, and then you're going to make a chain of 1. And this doesn't count as anything as well. You're going to go into this magic ring with a total of 10 half double crochets. So this pattern is explained in the US terms, and we're going to start off by making a flat circle, as you'll see later on, and this is going to be the crown of our hat, the topmost part of the hat. So after your chain of 1, you're going to place 10 half double crochets into the magic ring. So to place a half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. I have 6 because I'm using a double strand. So you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all. That's a half double crochet stitch. So that's our very first one, and we want a total of 9 more half double crochets to make a total of 10 half double crochets for round 1. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. That's the second one. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. So continue to do this until you have a total of 10 half double crochets. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So when you have your 10 half double crochets, you're going to pull on the tail of the magic ring. Just pull on it just like this to tighten it. Make sure you don't break your yarn. just pull on it like that, and then you're going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. If you don't know what that is, you're going to count backwards right from this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So the 10th, that's where you're going to place your slip stitch. So insert your hook into that stitch just like this, and then yarn over and pull through all. So that marks the end of round 1, and you should have a total of 10 half double crochets. So we're going on to round 2. Just something to note, this pattern, as long as we are still increasing the circle, each round will add a total of 10 stitches if you want to cross check and be in check with your number of stitches. So let's go on to round 2. So for round 2, you're going to make a chain of 1, and then into that same stitch where the chain 1 is coming from, you're going to place 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. And for this design, we are going to just work in one direction. We are not going to turn to work in the opposite direction of the previous round. We're just going to keep working around and around and around. So 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, and then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. And at the end of this round, you should be having a total of 20 half double crochets. So since round 1 had a total of 10 half double crochets, and round 2 we are placing 2 half double crochets into each, that means 10 times 2, we are going to have a total of 20 half double crochets for round 2. So place your 2 half double crochets into each and every stitch of round 1 until the end of the round. Keep tightening the magic ring, or even if you want it to be neat all through, you can get your darning needle, and at this point you're going to weave in this tail so that you don't keep opening up the magic ring. Just go to the back of the hat and weave in your tail properly so that it just doesn't keep opening up, because you may try to pull it and then you kind of pop it or break it, which will create more problems. So if someone got rid of it like this, then this is the best solution for now. So we've come to the end of the round and we have only 1 stitch left. We're going to place our very last increase into the last stitch of the round by placing 2 half double crochets into the last stitch. So from here, you're going to make a slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. And just to cross check, you should have a total of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 and 20 half double crochets for round 2. Now let's go on to round 3. You're going to make a chain of 1, and into that stitch, that one right below the chain of 1, you're going to place 2 half double crochets. That's an increase. And then we're going to go into the next stitch with only 1 half double crochet. 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 2 half double crochets into the next, and 1 half double crochet into the next. That's the repeat for this round. 2 1 2 1 all the way around. And at the end of this round, you should be having a total of 30 half double crochets all the way around. Make sure you cross check. So continue to do this all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. So we've come to the end of round 3, and after your last increase here, you're going to go into the very last stitch with only 1 half double crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. So that marks the end of round 3. Round 4, you're going to make a chain of 1, and into that space next to the chain of 1, you're going to place 2 half double crochets, and then place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And that's the repeat for this round. 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Keep doing this all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning of the round. Alright, so we've come to the end of round 4, and after your last increase, you should be left with 2 stitches where you're going to place 1 half double crochet into each of the last 2 stitches, and then slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round, just like this. And then from here, you're going to go on to round 5. You're going to make a chain of 1 and place 2 half double crochets into the very first stitch where the chain of 1 is coming from, and then place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 2 and 3, and then increase into the next stitch by placing 2 half double crochets, and then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 2 half double crochets into the next. So that's the repeat for this round. 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. Repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of the round here. Alright, so we've come to the end of round 5, and we've just placed an increase here. So we have 3 stitches left. You're going to go into each of them with 1 half double crochet, and then slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. That marks the end of round 5. So for round 6, you're going to make a chain of 1 and place 2 half double crochets into the very first stitch where the chain 1 is coming from, and then you're going to go into each of the next 4 stitches with 1 half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then place an increase into the next stitch by placing 2 half double crochets, and then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. And that's the repeat of this round. 4 standalone half double crochets, then an increase all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. So we've come to the end of round 6, and we've just placed our last increase here. You're going to go ahead and place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. These are the last 4 stitches of the round. And after that, you're going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round, and that marks the end of round 6. So round 7, you're going to make a chain of 1 and half double crochet twice into the very first stitch. So 1 and 2 into the very first stitch where the chain 1 is coming from, and then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then from here you create an increase by placing 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And that's the repeat for this round. After your 5 double crochets, you're going to place an increase by placing 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. So repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. All right, so we're coming to the end of round 7 and we have 5 stitches left after our last increase. You're going to place 1 half double crochet in each of those last stitches, the 5 stitches. Just like that, and then you're going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. That marks the end of round 7. So for round 8, you're going to make a chain of 1 and half double crochet 2 times into the very first stitch. And then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then create an increase into the next stitch by placing 2 half double crochets. And then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. And that's the repeat of this round. After the increase, you place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, and then it's time for another increase, so you place 2 half double crochets. So repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of this round, which is round 8. So we're coming to the end of round 8, and I'm placing my last half double crochet stitches, and you should end with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half double crochets after the increase, after the last increase of the round. And then from here you're going to make a slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. So you're going to take a measurement across, and you're going to get about 6 inches without stretching. This should be perfectly fine for a normal adult sized head. So 6 inches without stretching should be enough. If you don't have this and you've used maybe a thinner yarn or tighter tension, just get to this level. Continue your increases until you get to this level of 6 inches for the flat panel without stretching your circle. So from here, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to change the direction of the hat. And to do that, you're going to make a chain of 1, and you're going to go into the same exact stitch with 1 half double crochet. And this is the only half double crochet that's going to be placed like this. Now for the next ones, you're going to go into the back loops. So a stitch has this back loop. It has a braid like this. So you see the stitch, this braid here, part of the braid is here, and then this one, and then there is this back loop as well. So we're going into the 2 back loops of the stitch, so this one and this one. So for this round, you're going to yarn over and go into the 2 back loops of the next stitch, just like this, and place a half double crochet. So continue to place half double crochet into the 2 back loops of each and every stitch all the way around. So this round is not going to have any increases. So we are just going into each and every stitch with 1 half double crochet into the 2 back loops of each and every stitch. And you can see you form a sort of like ridge where the hat is supposed to change direction, as you'll see later on. It's going to create that bucket hat shape from this point onwards. It's no longer going to be flat, but rather we are creating a body vertically. As you can see here, something like this. Now we are creating the hat shape. So continue to place 1 half double crochet in each and every stitch, but placing them into the 2 back loops of each and every stitch. Okay, so you can see what this is creating. It's changing the direction of the flat circle that we've been creating before. Go all the way around and I'll meet you back at the end here. All right, so we are coming to the end of this round and I'm placing my last half double crochet into the 2 back loops of the stitch of the last stitch, just like that, and then slip stitching into the very first half double crochet of the round. Then from here you're going to make a chain of 1. This is round 2 of the middle band. You make a chain of 1 and half double crochet into the same stitch. This time we're going into the stitch normally, so yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and half double crochet. So just keep half double crocheting once in each and every stitch without placing any increases for this round until you come to the end of the round. Alright, so I'm coming to the end of round 2 of the middle band of the hat, and I'm placing my last half double crochet into the last stitch and then slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. So this is what you should have. So we are going to repeat this round 2 of the middle band of the hat, until we get a length of about 3 inches right from here where we change the direction of the hat. We're going to keep working until we have approximately 3 inches, and I'll let you know how many rounds it took me to get to that level, and then we shall get onto the next step. So you make a chain of 1 and then half double crochet into the same exact stitch and continue to half double crochet once in each and every stitch around until you come to the end of the round. No increases, just a plain round of half double crochet stitches. Alright, so I continued working the plain rounds of half double crochet stitches for a total of, remember when we changed direction here, we have a total of 10 rows or rounds. We have a total of 10 rounds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that should give us a total of about 3 inches exactly. From here, where we changed the direction of the hat, up to the base, up to your 10th round, you have a total of 3 inches. Now, when you come to the end of this round, you're going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round, just like that. And we're going to now go on to round 11, and this is going to prepare us for our brim. So we have to change the direction of the hat, and to do that you're going to make a chain of 1, which doesn't count as a stitch, and you're going to half double crochet into the front loop of each and every stitch all the way around. So you're going to yarn over and go into the front loop of the stitch, that very stitch, into the front loop and place your half double crochet. So we're going into the front loop only, so here, and then half double crochet. You're going to continue that all the way around, placing 1 half double crochet in each front loop of every stitch. So as you can see, before we were going into the stitch like this, into both loops of the braid, just like that, but this time we're only going into the front loop, and this is going to change the direction of our hat. So let me keep working a few stitches and I'll show you what I mean by that. So you can see how the direction of the hat has been changed. You can see that it's kind of moving outwards. It's no longer flat, so it's moving outwards. As you can see here, this is inside the hat, but this is laying flat, as you can see, this. So keep working that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. Alright guys, we are almost coming to the end of the round, placing 1 half double crochet into the front loop of each and every stitch. This is round 11 of the middle band of the hat. And then we're going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round, just like that. So you should notice that the direction of your hat has changed and it's kind of becoming flat. This is what we have right now. Alright guys, after the 11th round of the middle band, the one that changes the direction of the hat, as you can see here, we're now going to create the flare out of our hat, something like this. So after your last slip stitch of the previous round, you're going to make a chain of 1, and you're going to go into the very first stitch with 1 half double crochet, and then place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. So you'll have a total of 10 half double crochets. So if I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So after your 10 half double crochets, you're going to go into the next stitch with an increase, so 2 half double crochets into that stitch, and that's the repeat for this round. 1 half double crochet in each of the next 10 stitches, and then an increase into the next stitch, so 2 half double crochets into the next. Repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning of the round. Alright guys, we've come to the end of the round and I have placed my very last increase. I have 3 stitches left, so if you have any stitches left, just place 1 half double crochet in each of those last stitches. Even if they don't make a total of 10 stitches, then you're going to place a slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. So you may not see the flare out right now, but it has already started forming if you're very attentive. So we're going on to the next round and you're going to make a chain of 1. So right now we are on round, if you'd count from the very beginning, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 and 20. So right now we are on our 20th round. So round 21, you're going to make a chain of 1 and half double crochet into the same exact stitch, and this time we want a total of 11 half double crochets. So this is the very first one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. So when you have your 11 half double crochets, it's time for us to create an increase. So you're going to place 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 11 stitches. After your 11 half double crochets, it's time for us to create an increase by placing 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. So that's the repeat for this round. Go all the way around and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. I've come to the end of the round and we've placed our very last increase after our 11 half double crochet stitches. So the last increase is here and we have 3 stitches left, and we're going to go into that each of the last 3 stitches with only 1 half double crochet, and then slip stitch into the very first half double crochet of the round. So let's place our work like this, and you should notice that we have some sort of flare out. So we're going to repeat. This is our second round of increase. Remember, the very first round of increase, we have 10 stitches between the increases. The second round, we have 11 stitches between the increase. The third round, we shall have a total of 12 stitches between the increase. So the number of stitches in between the increases keeps growing and increasing. So we're going to go on to our next round, and we're going to start it just like we have done for this one. Make a chain of 1, half double crochet into the same exact stitch, and then continue to half double crochet until you have a total of 12 half double crochets. So the previous round was 11 half double crochets, then increase. Now for this one, we have to have a total of 12 half double crochets. So the number of stitches in between the increases keeps increasing by 1 for each and every round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then place an increase. So now that we know how to do the increases, we are going to go ahead and do a total of 7 rounds of increase. This is just the third. And that means for the fourth, you will have a total of 13 stitches in between the increases. And then the next round, you will have a total of 14 stitches in between the increases. And that will be round 5. Then 15 stitches between the increases for round 6. 16 stitches between the increases for round 7. And I'll meet you back after I have my increases ready. So I want a total of 7 rounds of increase. This is the third. And I'm going to keep working until I have a total of 7 rounds of increase. If you don't want it so long, you can do 5 rounds, but for me, I'm going to do a total of 7 rounds of increases. Alright guys, if you decided to stop on 5 rounds of the increase rounds, this is what your piece will look like. But for me, I'm still going 2 more rounds so that I have a total of 7 increase rounds. And I'll be back to show you what that will look like. After my 7 rounds, this is exactly what I have. And you can see the corners at the increase points. We also have them on this side. And that's basically it for the hat. After your last slip stitch of this round, you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. And then you're going to get your darning needle. So pull through this, just like that. And then get your darning needle and thread the loose end into the darning needle. Feed it in and then turn to the back and weave it in properly so that you get rid of it. And that's basically it for the hat. We are now going on to the next step of creating the flowers that are supposed to sit on this hat. At this point, you can either leave your hat like this or go ahead to advance to the next step of attaching flowers onto the hat in order to make it even more interesting. So let's jump right onto the part of the flowers. Alright guys, now that we are done with our hat, you're going to put it aside and we're going to now make flowers. So you're going to choose what color that you want for the center part of your very first flower. For me, it's going to be the same exact color as the hat. And you're going to start off with a slip knot. I'll be demonstrating one flower and then you'll go ahead and make multiple of them in order to suit where you want to place your flowers. So start off with a slip knot and make a chain of 4. After a chain of 4, you're going to go into the very first chain with a double crochet. So far we have 2 double crochets because the chain 3 at the beginning of the row counts as a stitch. So we have 2 double crochets. You're going to go ahead and make a total of 10 more double crochets to make a total of 12 double crochets for round 1. So 10 more into the same exact chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So just cross check to make sure you have a total of 10 double crochets, including the first chain 3 of the round. And then you're going to go on top of the very first chain 3 and place a slip stitch. So insert your hook and pull through all, and that marks the end of round 1. You're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. Now you're going to go on to your next color. For me, that will be white. And you're going to attach it in any stitch. I'm going to attach it where I placed the slip stitch, so on top of the chain 3 of the previous round. That's where I'm going to attach my white yarn. And then you're going to place a single crochet into the same exact stitch. Just insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. That's a single crochet. And now you're going to make a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to go into the second chain from the hook, which is this one. You insert your hook, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through all. That's a single crochet. And then you're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3. And in total you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets. From here you're going to make a chain of 1, and this doesn't count as anything, it doesn't count as a stitch. And you're going to slip stitch where you placed your previous single crochet, in that space where the single crochet is coming from, in that space, and you're going to place a slip stitch. This is going to be the color of the petals, as you'll see later on. From here you're going to go into the next stitch and place a single crochet, single crochet into the next stitch, and then create another petal. So this is our very first petal, and we want a total of 6 petals. So after your 2 single crochets here, you're going to make a chain of 5, just as we did for this petal. Go into the second chain from the hook, place a single crochet in each of the next 3 chains to make a total of 4 single crochets, just like that. And then you're going to make a chain of 1 and slip stitch in the stitch with the previous single crochet here into that space and place a slip stitch. So go all the way around doing this: single crochet into the next stitch and single crochet into the next stitch, just like that, and create your next petal. Chain 5, single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and continue to single crochet in each of the next 3 chains. Chain 1, slip stitch into that single crochet space, that space here. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches once, create your next petal. And by now you should be knowing how to create the petals. 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochets along the petal, and then make a chain of 1 and slip stitch in the space of the single crochet. So repeat that all the way around. Just watch what I'm doing. I'll record this whole process because it's not so long. Alright, so once you make a slip stitch after your 6th petal, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I've placed my slip stitch into that space where the single crochet was, and from here you're going to go into the very last stitch of the round with a single crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, go into it with a slip stitch, and that marks the end of round 2. Round 3 we are going to use the same exact color as round 2 unless you want to change. So for round 3 you're going to go along the sides, all the way along the sides, on top and into the other side of your petal. We're going to work around the petals. So you're going to go into that very first stitch with 1 single crochet, half double crochet into the next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, and then into the next stitch there you're going to place a total of 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. After your 4 double crochets here, you're going to turn onto this other side, go into the next stitch, which is this one, with a total of 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. And after that you're going to go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Alright, so after your last single crochet here, you're going to skip over the chain 1 space, which is this one, and go into the next single crochet with a slip stitch. So this is 1 petal finished, as you can see, very cute. And from here you're going to slip stitch into the next single crochet once. Now we're going to go onto the side of the next petal. So starting with the very first stitch, you're going to place a single crochet, a half double crochet stitch into the next stitch, a double crochet stitch into the next stitch, and into the very last here you're going to go in there with a total of 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then into the next stitch, which is this one, you're going to go in there with 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3, and then double crochet into the next stitch, half double crochet into the next stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch. From here you're going to skip over the chain 1 space and slip stitch in each of the next 2 single crochets once. This is our second petal finished, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So we're repeating the same exact process that we've done for our previous petals onto each and every petal, so that we have a total of 6 completed petals. So far we have 2 completed, and we want a total of 6 petals looking like this. Alright, these are all our 6 petals finished, and after your last single crochet here, you're going to skip over the chain 1 space and slip stitch into the single crochet, the last single crochet of the previous round. And then from here you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. Pull through. So this is how this flower is made. We are done with all our 6 petals, and they're finished. Now we're going to attach them onto our hat. But before we do that, we are going to make sure we get rid of all the loose ends. I'm going to just tie a double knot at the back. Just make sure you don't distort the shape of the flower, or you can even use a darning needle to weave in the ends. For me, I'm going to just use knots because we're not going to see the back of the flower. So this is an easier approach for me. And I'm going to cut off all the loose ends. Just like that. And this is what we are going to attach onto our hat, as you can see here. Look how beautiful this hat is. You can decide to use only one flower for your hat or just as an accent. Look at that. You can decide to make several of these of the same exact color, and they just sit on the hat just like you see here. Or you can decide to even play around with colors, as you can see in my orange version and the blue version, as well as the green version. So it's really up to you. You can play around with this design as much as you want. So you're going to go ahead and get your darning needle and get one strand of yarn. In case you are using 2 strands like me, this time we are going to use 1 strand of yarn to attach this flower onto our hat. So just locate where you want that flower to be placed, and we're going to just go in and out of a few stitches in order to attach it to what we already have. All right, so just do what you have to do for this flower to attach onto the hat. And we are using the same exact color as our boundary color, because that way it's going to be really, really neat, and we won't even be able to see that this flower was just attached onto the hat, as you can see here. Unless if someone is very keen and pays attention to detail. But this should give us a very, very neat finish for our flower to sit onto the hat perfectly well. Okay. So let me just go around and keep attaching my petals onto the hat, and we shall see the final look of our flower. So you can see this petal and this petal have now been attached. This side, and this side have now been attached onto the hat. Okay, now we are on the 3rd petal. Just keep doing this, and I'll meet you back when all the petals are attached onto the hat. So make sure, another thing that you have to keep in mind is you have at least an even spacing between the petals when you're sewing them onto the hat. As you can see here, we don't have one petal very close to this and then a very big gap between the next petal like that. Make sure you evenly distribute your petals so that they can sit on perfectly well. Alright, so we've made it all the way around, and this petal has sat on perfectly well, and you can see even the wrong side kind of creates a flower design at the back. It's not so shabby that it shows that this is the back side of the work. Make sure you're that neat. Then from here you're going to push your yarn onto the back side of the hat, and you're going to make a knot using the very first strand that you left behind. and the very final strand of the joining. And just go ahead and tie a knot, making sure you don't distort the shape of the flower, of course. So from here, you're going to just go ahead and cut off the excess yarn. And there you go, we have our flower attached onto our bucket hat. You can go ahead and make several of them. As you can see here, we have this green version of the bucket hat, and I decided to go colorful, and I played around with different colors to attach onto the sides of the bucket hat, as well as the very top of the bucket hat, which is the crown of the bucket hat. But this is totally optional. You can just go with one flower to make a statement for the flowers. That's really up to you. And yeah, that's basically it. You're going to just do this again and again and again and again to get your desired look for your hat. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to check out the written pattern on all my online shops. All the links will be in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.